Hey, what is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video of my sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over some basketball games for Tuesday, February 1st, 2022. I'm going to show you highlights of each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick, and I wish you guys the best of luck on your picks today. Let's go ahead and get into the games. We're going to be looking at all 7 games for the NBA: Pelicans versus Pistons, Wizards versus Bucks, Heat versus Raptors, Magic versus Bulls, Nuggets versus Timberwolves, Warriors versus Spurs, and then the Nets versus the Suns. On this side of the screen right here, where I have it marked, let me bring up something a little bit bigger. On this side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian Hebrew calendar. And then on this side of the screen is what I call my game numbers specific to the game. The way that I have it structured here is I have the away team, the road team up top, their coach's record, their season record, their away record, any other notes I want to add. In the middle is the head-to-head record between the two teams, all time and for this season in particular. And at the bottom is the home team, their season record, their home record, their coach's record, and any other notes I want to add. So as you can see here on the game number side, I have nothing marked. I don't have anything marked for any of these games. I just built these out. I didn't get a chance to actually go through and mark anything. So that's what we're going to do in this video here. I'm just going to go through each one of these games and we're going to just kind of mark each side and see what we find, if anything. So let's go ahead and get started with Pelicans and the Pistons. Pelicans and the Pistons. All right, so Pelicans and the Pistons. Usually I start with the home team. So let's just look at some home team numbers here that could allow Pistons to win. And then we'll look at some numbers for Pelicans to win. But today is February the 1st, 9-date numerology on the Gregorian, 25, 45, 32nd day of the Gregorian year, day leaving 333 left, 30th day of the Hebrew, 148th day of the Hebrew civil side, 325th day of the Hebrew religious side. It's good just to go through the numbers real quick just to see what we're working with. So Pistons, let's see if there's any numbers here for Pistons. One thing that stands out to me is Pistons could get their 9th home win today with 9-date numerology on the Gregorian, 45-date numerology on the Gregorian. 45 is the 9th triangular number. Pistons could get their 13th win for the season as they get their 9th home win. 13, if you write out 13, it sums to 45, the 9th triangular number. This is the second and last head-to-head matchup between these two teams. This could be a revenge spot for Pistons. They could even the score 1-1 head-to-head against the Pelicans for the season with a win. Pistons coach 467, 483. Let's see if those are number properties. 467, 91st prime number. Okay. And then 483. So with it being the 91st prime number, 467, 91st prime number, 91 is the 13th triangular number. So Pistons could theoretically get their 13th win for the season. We'll go ahead and mark it light blue as their coach gets his 467th win, the 91st triangular number, or 91st prime number, 91 the 13th triangular. Pistons get that 13th win. 13 sums to 45, 45-date numerology on the Gregorian. Today does have 25-date numerology on the Gregorian as well. It's also the 325th day of the Hebrew religious. 325 mathematically is the 25th triangular number. We could say Pistons sit on that 25. All-time head-to-head losses against Pelicans with the win. There's potential there. What else? 43rd all-time head-to-head, the 14th prime. Pelicans, could they get that 33rd loss? Is there anything with 33? It is a day leaving 333 left in the Gregorian year. We can go ahead and mark that a gray color. What else? Anything else? You guys see anything else here? 18th all-time head-to-head win. That might be it for what I'm seeing here for the Pistons. And like I said, I'm just now marking these, so I'm seeing it for the first time in a sense, just like you guys. So let's look at Pelicans. Let's mark some things for Pelicans. If Pelicans were going to win this game, it is a day leaving 333 left, but it is the 32nd day of the Gregorian. You know, they could go from 32 to 33 losses for the season, or they can just sit on 32 losses with a win. There's potential there for that. Pistons, they could get their 38th loss for the season. This would be a Hebrew civil calendar connection. They could get their 38th loss for the season on the 148th day of the Hebrew civil calendar. 38 written out sums to 148. What else? 484, 177. Pelicans, if they went ahead and sweep the Pistons for the season and became 2-0, like 20. If we write out 20 sums to 26. And they could sweep them like 2-0, like 20. As Pelicans get their 26th all-time head-to-head win against the Pistons to go with 20 sums to 26. And then what else? Pelicans, they could get their 19th win for the season as they get their 8th road win, sitting on 19 road losses. 19 mathematically is the 8th prime number. So 19, the 8th prime number. Pelicans could become 8-19 for a road record with a win as they get their 19th win for the season to go with, sitting on that 32. And then they would sweep the Pistons 2-0 like 20. Oh, battery ran out. Oh, I can't see it anyway on my screen. I don't have it up. Anyway, but my light battery went out. I'll show you guys. See, no light in the background. But yeah, 2-0 like 20. 20 equals 26. They get their 26 all-time head-to-head win. Pistons can get their 38th loss for the season. 38 sums to 148. It's the 148th day of the Hebrew civil calendar. So those are just some markings for the Pelicans and the Pistons game. Let's move on to the next game. Even though I haven't marked these yet, I don't want to take too much time on them. So let's go to Wizards and Bucks. Wizards and Bucks. Let's look at the Wizards and Bucks here. Start with the home team. Is there anything here that we can find for the Bucks? Well, first thing that jumps out to me is Bucks can go Squid Games. They can go Squid Games. If Bucks win this game, they become 32-21 for a season record, 32-21. If you write that out, 3221 is the 456th prime number. And we know the winner of Squid Games was number 456, 456. Call those Squid Game numbers. Bucks would get their 32nd win for the season on the 32nd day of the Gregorian calendar. What else? They could become 19-9 at home. 19-9. 19-9. 199 is the 46th prime number. Do I see any 46 connections here? Not off the bat. But we could say the 9. You could mark the 9. The 19-9. 32nd day of the Gregorian, a day with 9 date numerology on the Gregorian, and 45, the 9th triangular number. Bucks can get their 32nd win. Become Squid Game number, 32-21. And they could sit on 9 home losses with the win to go with. It is a revenge game. For the Bucks, they can even the score 1-1 head-to-head against the Wizards for the season. I guess they lost the first game, so they can make up for it in this one. But let me see something really quick. 19. That's what I thought. It sums to 130. Bucks can get their 19th home win for the season as they get their 130th all-time head-to-head win against the Wizards. And then Bucks would become 19-9 at home, 199, the 46 prime number, as the Wizards get their 27th loss for the season. 27 sums to 46. What else? What else? Revenge spot. Wizards, they're on a 5-game losing streak. They could get their 6th loss in a row. Let's type out 6 to see what comes up. 52, 16, 29, 20. Nothing that jumps out to me significantly. 407. Let's see if 407 is anything. Nope. No number properties. All right, we'll just, like I said, I don't want to spend, another thing, 86, 19 sums to 86. So that would be the Bucks narrative, I guess. Squid Games, 32-21, 456 prime number. They can get their 32nd win on the 32nd day of the Gregorian. They can sit on that 9 losses on a day with 9-date numerology. They would become 19-9, the 46 prime number. Wizards would get their 27th loss, 27 sums to 46. Getting their 19th home win, 19 sums to 130. They would get their 130th all-time head-to-head win against Wizards as their coach sits on 86 losses as a coach for Bucks. 19 sums to 130 and 86. Could be a revenge spot. They get that. Also 11 sums to 45 too, I think. No, it doesn't. It sums to 27. 27. But there is a 27 at play. It would be the Wizards getting that 27th loss. Bucks can even score 1-1, like an 11. 11 sums to 27. So those would be the numbers for Bucks. Let's look at numbers for Wizards. If Wizards were going to win this game, I would imagine it would be probably because it's their 50th game, 25th road game. They get their 24th win for the season as they end their 5-game losing streak. Now let's put that all together. Why did I mark all that? Well, if they get their 24th win for the season, 24 sums to 50. This is their 50th game. 50 sums to 24. So those numbers sum to each other. 24 and 50. 50 sums to 24. 24 sums to 50. Wizards can get their 24th win in their 50th game. It's their 25th away game. Why does that matter? 25 also sums to 50. Then why does it matter that they end their 5-game winning streak and it has the same connections as these? Well, because 25 mathematically has a square root of 5. So that would be the Wizards, right? 50, 24 in their 25th away game in their 5-game losing streak. They could up the series 2-0 like 20 head-to-head against the Bucks. 20 written out sums to 26. They would sit on 26 losses as they do it. And then Bucks 22nd loss. Is there anything for the 22nd loss that would ring out for that? 22, 165, 9, 78, 42. Nothing jumps out at me. Yeah, nothing jumps out at me. Let's look at 95. So 129. I mean, 95 sums to 129. Wizards could become 129-95 all-time head-to-head against the Bucks. That would be something. But one thing I missed for the Bucks today has 45-date numerology on the Gregorian. 45 sums to 126. They could get their 126 regular season head-to-head win against them as well. So I'm just going to leave it there. That's the Wizards and the Bucks game. There's just some numbers there for you both sides. It's either going to be that 50-24-5 pattern for Wizards, or it's going to be this Squid Game numbers for the Bucks, the 32-21. And you can throw in the 19 connections as well as the 126 that I just saw. So let's go on to the Raptors and the Heat. Raptors and the Heat. Let's go ahead and mark this up. We'll start with the home team Raptors, 26-23 or 25-24. 14-12 or 13-13. The 13-13 stands out just because today has 45 date numerology on the Gregorian. 13 sums to 45. They could become 13-13 at home with the loss. But it is their 26th home game, and they could get their 26th win for the season. If you actually write out 26 sums to 42, and they can get their 42nd all-time head-to-head win. Actually, let's just do this in a light blue. They can get their 42nd all-time head-to-head win against the Heat as they get their 26th win for the season and their 26th home game. To bring that in to go even further with that, the Heat would get their 20th loss for the season in their 28th road game. So we have 26, 20, and 28. If we put in the number 20 sums to 107, the 28th prime, 20 sums to 26, and it sums to 28. So it could be a 20 pattern in favor for the Raptors here. 26th home game, they get their 26th win. 26 sums to 42. They can get their 42nd all-time head-to-head win against the Heat. Heat would get their 20th loss for the season in their 20th road game. The number 20 sums to 28 and 26. Raptors could get their 38th regular season head-to-head win against the Heat. Today is the 148th day of the Hebrew civil calendar. The number 38 sums to 148. Those would be the numbers I would point to for Raptors. If we were going to do the Heat, we could say that 13-13 like I originally marked. That could be potential. Also, it's the Raptors' 49th game for the season. They could get their 24th loss for the season. 24 comes to 49. And they would sit on 25 wins for the season. Today does have 25 date numerology on the Gregorian. So in their 49th game, they can get their 24th loss. 24 sums to 49. 25 date numerology on the Gregorian. It's the 325th day on the Hebrew religious side, the 25th triangular number. They could become 25-24 for a season record. 13-13 at home with a loss. Heat would sit on 13 road losses with a win, and then they would get their 33rd win for the season. Is there anything connecting to the 33? Yeah, today's a day leaving 33 left in the Gregorian year. So there's potential there. Why isn't this doing anything? Oh, it's being silly. Let me bring it back up. Oh, that's NFL. There we go. Yes, and then the 33, Heat can get their 33rd win. Day leaving 333 left in the year. Also, Heat can sit on 41 losses head-to-head. 41, the 13th prime number, as they sit on that 13, as Raptors become 13-13. They would get their 61st all-time head-to-head win against the Raptors on a day with 32, on the 32nd day of on the Gregorian. 61, if you write out 61, it sums to 131, the 32nd prime number. It also sums to 41. They could become 61-41 all-time head-to-head against Yeah, so he has some pretty good numbers. The coach 443. I feel like I know that one. 443. 443. Yep, the 86 prime number. So that could play in favor for the Heat as well. The Heat, they can sit on 19 losses for the season as their coach sits on 443 losses. 443 is the 86 prime number. The number 19 sums to 86. So there's definitely both sides there for you. Also, the Raptors, they could get their 38th all-time head-to-head or 38th regular season head-to-head win against the Heat. 38 sums to 148 today, the 148th day of the Hebrew Civil. However, the Raptors coach, he could on 163 wins regular season for his career, the 38th prime number. So that kind of goes against him. Double-edged sword there. Let's keep it moving to the Magic and the Bulls. The Magic and the Bulls. So let's start with the Bulls. If the Bulls are going to win this game, 32nd day of the Gregorian New Year, they can get the 32nd win for the season. We can go ahead and mark that. 1141. Let's see if this has any number properties. 1141. 1141. No. What about 4111? Or that was 1411. 4111. 166 prime. Okay. So this is the last head-to-head matchup between these two teams. Bulls, they can end the series 3-1, like 31 head-to-head against the Magic. 31, the 11th prime number. Magic would sit on 11 wins for the season with a loss. If you write out the number 11, it sums to 63. Bulls coach can get a 63rd win as a coach for the Bulls regular season to go with. What else? 41, 13th prime number. 19. I know 196 has a square root of 14. I'm just seeing if there's a 14 that I can connect it with. I don't see one. I guess you could say Bulls can get their 64th regular season head-to-head win against the Magic. We'll do it in a purple. Today is the 30th day of the 11th month on the Hebrew religious, kind of like the number 311. 311 is the 64th prime number. What else? Well, that's about it I have right now. I'm going to keep it moving. I don't want to spend too much time. So let's look at Magic really quick. Magic. What would allow Magic to win this game? I guess the 59. They can get their 59th all-time head-to-head win against the Bulls. Today is a day leaving 59 left in the Hebrew religious calendar. That might be one thing. It is the 30th day of the 5th month on the Hebrew civil calendar, and the Bulls coach can sit on 305 wins regular season with a loss. That could be one thing. The Magic, they could even the score 2-2 head-to-head against the Bulls for the season with a win, as they sit on 22 road losses to go with the win. But one thing I failed to mention is they could get their 23rd road win, or 23rd road loss. Today does have 9 date numerology, 23 the 9th prime number. Also, one thing I failed to mention for the Magic that I'm just now picking up is they could get their 41st loss on the 118th regular season head-to-head matchup between these two teams. 41, as you can guess, sums to 118. But back to Magic, if they were to win, they can sit on 22 road losses as they even score 2-2 head-to-head against the Bulls. Bulls coach can sit on 305 on the 30th day of the 5th month. Also, one more thing for the Magic that goes against them is they could become 623 on the road, and it's a day leaving 236 left. 236, 623, just anagrams of each other. But what would allow Magic to get that 12th win for this season? Is there anything in the number 12? 7, 24, 30. Maybe it's the 30. It is the 30th day of the Hebrew. 3119. I bet you that has number properties. 3119. Got 444th prime number. Okay, so that could be what it would be. So check this out. 44 written out sums to 144, which is the 12th triangular number, as well as the 12th Fibonacci number. 3119 is the 444th prime number. Bulls could become 3119 as Magic get their 12th win for the season. 44 sums to 144, the 12th triangular, 12th Fibonacci, 3119, the 444th prime. So maybe it's a connection like that. But let's keep it moving. Nuggets and the Timberwolves. Nuggets and the Timberwolves. 3 more games to go here. Let's start with the Timberwolves, the home team. So Timberwolves come into this game 25-25 for a season record on the day with 25 date numerology for the Gregorian, as well as the 325th day of the Hebrew religious, which has a 25th triangular number. It's their 25th home game, which doesn't help at all. Their coach could sit on 50 losses for the season with the win. 25 does sum to 50, although it is their 51st game of the season. And he could just go ahead and get his 51st loss as well. So we got to mark that. So they can get their 26th win or their 26th loss. It goes either way. So it doesn't really help. One thing that could go against them is it is the 141st all-time head-to-head matchup between these two teams. Timberwolves could become 14-11 at home with a loss. Coach would be sitting on that 41, 41, 14, 141. Similar numbers. Nuggets are on a 5-game winning streak. They could get their 6th win in a row. I think it might be a possibility here. Now that I think about it, 6 sums to 16 and it sums to 29. They can get their 6th win in a row potentially as they get their 16th road win, as they get their 29th win for the season. 6 sums to 16 and 29. 29 also sums to 50, and it'll be their 50th game for the season, the Nuggets. But it is a day leaving 333 left in the Gregorian year. Nuggets coach, he can sit on 333 wins regular season for his career with a loss. Also, it being the 50th game for the Nuggets, we'll do it in a bright yellow. He can get his 229th loss as a coach for the Nuggets, the 50th prime number. Nuggets can also get their 13th road loss on a day with 45 date numerology for the Gregorian. 13 sums to 45. And then even though it's the 51st game for the Timberwolves and their coach can get their 51st loss, they can also get their 51st regular season head-to-head win against the Nuggets. I'm going to go ahead and take this off just because I have the dark blue for the 29, the 16, and the 6. But yeah, so it's the 51st game for the Timberwolves. It either can go against them and their coach, get his 51st loss, or it can go for them, and they can get their 51st regular season head-to-head win against the Nuggets. So that's a double-edged sword. 141st all-time. Timberwolves could become 14-11. Or the Nuggets coach can sit on that 333 on that day leaving 333 left. Different ways here, different little ways you can spot these. You can say the same thing, though, with the 51 here. 25 sums to 50. Timberwolves could sit on 50 wins with the loss instead of getting that 51. So that's a double-edged sword. Just different ways you can play with these numbers. All right, let's keep it going. Warriors and Spurs. Warriors and Spurs. All right, let's start with the Spurs at the bottom here. 32nd day of the Gregorian. They can sit on 32 losses with a win. Mark that a little darker. They can get their 20th win for the season as they up the series 2-0 head-to-head against the Warriors, like 20 for the season. Warriors would sit on 38 wins for the season with a loss. Today is the 148th day of the Hebrew Civil. 38 sums to 148. And Warriors can get their 14th loss, as they sit on 14 road wins. Coach would be 414. Spurs would get their 114th regular season head-to-head. So you got this 114, 141, 14, 414. That could all go against the Warriors. We'll go ahead and mark it because this is the 196 all-time head-to-head matchup between these two teams. 196 has a square root of 14. I'll show you guys. Root of 14. Put that in the light blue. They can get their 14th loss potentially. They could potentially sit on 14 road wins to go with. This 114 just looks like a big 14. So that would be that. Warriors are on a 6-game winning streak. They could get their 7th win in a row. Let's look at 7. 20, 70, 25. So the 25 is interesting because 25 date numerology, 325th day of the Hebrew religious, which has a square root, or excuse me, 25th triangular. So if they got their 7th win in a row, that would line up. Getting their 39th win for the season. They could sit on 13 losses. 13 sums to 45. 45 date numerology and 25 date numerology. I could say that. Spurs, they could get their 33rd loss for the season. It is the 32nd day, but it's a day leaving 333 left. So we have to go ahead and mark that. And then Warriors, they could get their 64th regular season head-to-head win against the Spurs. 64. Oh, I should do that in a purple. Today is the 30th day of the Hebrew religious. 30th day of the 11th month. Looks like a 311 or a 311, the 64th prime number. A reflection of a 113. It could be 113-64 regular season head-to-head against the Spurs with the win. The 39, 142-61, 128-56. I'll probably have to think about it some more. Warriors could sit on 9 road losses with the win. Today does have 9 date numerology on the Gregorian, as well as 45, the 9th triangular number. Warriors would sit on 13 losses for the season to go with. 13 sums to 45. And I mean, it is a day leaving 59 left on the Hebrew religious side, the 17th prime number. Spurs could go ahead and get their 17th home loss as well. And it is a revenge game for the Warriors. They could even the score 1-1 head-to-head against the Spurs for the season, potentially. Let me look at 1933. I wonder if that has any number properties. 1933, 295th prime number. I don't know if that helps any. Nah, I don't see anything. But there is 117 date numerology on the Hebrew civil. They could become 1017 at home. All right, well, let's keep it moving to the last game. Sorry to breeze through these really quickly, but I wanted to show you guys both sides without taking too much time. I didn't want to make this an hour-long video, even though it might be heading that way. But I still wanted to give you value, but I didn't want to talk your guys' heads off at the same time. So Nets versus the Suns. Nets versus the Suns. Let's start with the Suns. They could sit on 9 losses for the season with a win today with 9 date numerology on the Gregorian, as well as 45 date numerology, the 9th triangular number. Suns coach, he can get his 126th win as a coach for the Suns regular season, 45 sums to 126. The Nets coach, he can get his 45th loss regular season for his career. It's the Nets' 50th game, 25th away game. They could get their 5th loss in a row. 25 has a square root of 5 today with 25 date numerology on the Gregorian. and get that 5th loss in a row potentially. What else? What else? 77, 21. 225. 41. If you write out 41, it's the 41 sums to 46. Suns can sit on 46 all-time head-to-head losses against the Nets with the win. But one thing I'm overlooking is Suns could become 41-9 for a season record, which is just an anagram of 149. Today with 25 date numerology on the Gregorian, 25 sums to 149 and 50. In their 50th game, they could become 41-9, anagram of 149. And 225 is just a big old 25. 11th win in a row. I guess it could be their 27th whole game. The number 11 written out sums to 27 and 2 of the 4 base ciphers. And it is the 27th home game for the Suns. So they could get their 11th win in a row in their 27th home game. 11 sums to 27 and 2 of the 4 base ciphers. For the Nets, though, if the Nets were going to win this game, one thing they could do is they could get their 30th win in their 50th game of the season. Well, it's the 50th game for the Nets. It's the 50th game for the Suns. If we write out the number 50, it sums to 30. And so in their 50th game, they can get their 30th win. They would become a big old 30-20, which looks like a 32. Today is the 32nd day of the Gregorian New Year. That could play in their favor. The Nets, they lost the first game. This is their last head-to-head matchup. It could be a revenge game for the Nets. They can even the score 1-1, like an 11, instead of the Suns getting their 11th win. Instead, the Suns would get their 10th loss for the season as they end their 10-game winning streak. That could be what it is. What else? Speaking of the 50s, 50th game for the Nets, 50th game for the Suns. The Nets can even it up 47-47 all-time head-to-head against the Suns with a win. 47 sums to 50. In fact, 47 is identical in all 4 base ciphers to 25. And today with 25 date numerology on the Gregorian, that could be something for the Nets. And then the Suns would be a big old 40-10, which looks like a 41. And then the Suns could become 21-6 at home with the loss instead of their coach getting his 126th win. Today with 45 date numerology, 45 sums to 126. 126 is just an anagram of 216. And that would be all she wrote for that one. But this is just a quick overview. Hopefully this helped. I know it wasn't fully detailed, but I'm looking at these numbers for the first time, just like you guys are in this video here. And we just kind of went briefly through them, just touched on both sides of the games. And hopefully it helps. Hopefully it gets you started on something. Hopefully it jogs your decode that you may be working on, get you going on that. Or hopefully this just works as a quick overview for each game to allow you to make your decision on what you want to do in the game or for the game. But I really appreciate your guys' support. I appreciate your guys' appreciate you guys watching this video, watching my channel, checking out my page, all of that. I appreciate all of that. I really couldn't ask for a better audience. Thank you for stopping by, obviously, but I wish you the best of luck on your picks today. Hopefully you win all the money in the world. That's the goal. And I hope you have a great day as well on top of that. And sorry for this video for being so long. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.